Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Koala. I am a shamanic practitioner. I work mainly within the Nordic shamanism that we are here to explore a bit further today. But I'm also initiated into the Nustakarpa and the Munaki rites within the Kira medicine. But the Nordic shamanism is the heart and soul of my practice, and it's a big part of who I am and what I do, and just a big part of me. So today we are here to continue our journey through the 9 realms of the map of the world, the map of cosmos, or Yggdrasil, the tree of life in the Nordic tradition. So I'm once again gonna show you my map. This is the map. I also have it as a thumbnail for this video, and the world we're gonna explore today is this one at the top. So we are working our way that way. So we were there last time and we're here now. So that is the rune that represents this world. So this is one of the upper worlds. So on my map I have them in a circle where the 3 lower ones are the lower world, the 3 upper ones are the upper world, and then the 3 middle ones are the middle world. So you can also just put them like this, this and this, or in another way, because they all connect in one way or another. So putting them on a flat surface isn't really the best way of doing it. But that's what we have to work with, and that's kind of how maps work. So just to have something that symbolizes all of the worlds, that is what this is what I do. So this is also a spread, a rune spread. So that's why it's on my cloth. And it's also nice to have my map with me at all times. So in this video we're gonna talk about Asgård, or I think in English you would say Asgård, which feels so weird for me to say. It feels so weird to say Asgård. So I will say Asgård in this video, okay? So it's the same gourd as in like Alexander Skarsgård, where I know you also say Skarsgård, which is so not Swedish. No, that's not a Swedish pronunciation. You can try and say it with me. Asgård. One more time. Asgård. Okay. So this is the one of the upper worlds. On the map it's the highest placed one. It's the one in the center of the upper worlds, and I'm gonna talk about who lives here, what do they represent, is there an element attached to this world and the meaning of that, and the benefit of traveling here or journeying here through meditation or shamanic journeying. So in this world we have the Asir, and I think you have probably heard of some of them. Some of the Asirs are Thor and Odin, and we also have Loki, and we have, all of those guys. So funnily enough, it's a mostly masculine realm. And of course they all have like spouses and that kind of thing, but when we talk about the Asir, we most often talk about the divine masculine aspect of it, with Odin, Thor, and the other men that live there, or the other gods that live there. So this is the realm of the gods we called Asir, and the goddesses that also are called Asirs. So those are the ones that live here, and they represent our higher knowing. So they represent our highest guides, our highest knowing, and the highest vibration in cosmos and in the universe. So this is where we can cleanse ourselves. This is where, when we connect to the universe, when a shamanic practitioner or a shamanic student connects to the universe we do it through this realm and gain information and the messages from the divine, and also the light of the cosmos and the source. So this is like the realm that we go through to gain all of that. So it really represents our higher knowing, and yeah, I'm trying to, talk about one thing at a time, but since everything is connected, it's hard to just like say one thing and then go on to the next, because I wanna weave them together. So we travel here. I'm gonna go just straight for it. So it's the realm of higher knowing. So that is what we can gain by traveling here. So we travel here for two main purposes, but it's also important to explore this realm for yourself if you are interested, but with someone that knows what they're doing, so that you don't get lost, because you can get lost. As soon as you start shamanic journeying, it's important to have protection and have a clear intent, and to have your guides on board, and both in the physical realm, the ordinary realm, and in the non-ordinary realm, where what we're talking about now. So the two main benefits of traveling here to start with, and then there are so many more. One is the cleansing aspect. So when we do shamanic journeying, the best thing is to start and end with a journey upward into one of these realms in the upper worlds. And the one very great place to start is Asgård. So here we get the cleansing of air and all of the elemental spirits that is connected to the element of air. So this is the rune of air. The rune for this world up here is As or Ansus. It's spelled ASS in Swedish or Nordic, and it's spelled ANSUZ in English. So that's the rune of air, among other things. So it's also a rune that represents all of the things that this world represents. So it's a good representation of this realm. So the element of air can bring us clarity. It can bring us cleansing through smoke. What would you call it? Like, not smudging, but like in the Nordic, we would probably use like the sauna and that sort of thing, to use like hot air, and then some herbs like birch to cleanse. You know how mostly like the Finnish people in the Nordic do is they love their sauna. So they sit in a sauna that's very, very hot, and then they use like birch branches to I don't know the word for this, but I think you know what I mean. So that's like a cleansing ritual to sit in the sauna. So that's kind of a combination of two realms, or two runes actually. It's this one, and it's also the one we're going to talk about next week, which is Muspelheim, the world of fire and fire giants. So anything that has to do with air is a part of this realm. So we travel to this realm, we journey to this realm to gain to be freed of everything, and let the air free us from heavy energies, from burden of all sorts, and that sort of thing. So it can look like, if you have the ability to visualize when you journey and when you meditate, it can look like just rising to the skies and going through clouds, standing at the top of the biggest tree, the tree of life, and just letting the wind almost rip you apart, but it's cleansing you of everything you don't need, maybe including the clothes on your body. But and it gives you this sense of freedom, of just being so free that you can fly. So the guides of this realm are most often birds of all kinds. It can be the eagle at the top of the tree, but it can also be all of these elemental spirits that are connected with air. So I don't know the names for we call them sulfur. I don't think it's sulfids in English. So it's the elemental air spirits. I'm just gonna say that in English. So if you know any names of elemental, like the air spirits in English, please let me know in the comment section. We can have a discussion there, because I really don't know the English words for them. So but I have a clear understanding of them in Swedish and the energy of them. So it could be a fun discussion for us to have in the comment section. So I think I've actually talked about everything now, except for the second reason to travel to this realm, and that is the knowing, right? So we travel to this realm to meet our highest guides, to meet the spirits that can really help us on our way, and to meet our own highest self. If we have trouble to connect with our highest self just by meditating or centering ourselves, maybe it's just too much buzz around us, it's just too much chaos, the mind is going wild, we might need to relax and to journey to this realm to meet our highest self and talk to them. And let them infuse us with knowledge. Most often is knowledge we already have it, because it's the highest guide is also the highest you, the highest me. So when I meet my highest guide, it's always a sense of, oh yeah, right, yeah, I know this. It's like the knowing is already inside of my heart and my mind, and it's just coming to the forefront of my awareness, which is it couldn't do when the mind was racing and I was just in the chaos. So it's a way of just creating some distance between the everyday life that we are walking in and all of the troubles and all of that, everything that's happening around us, to just lift ourselves above that, beyond that. In other cultures, it's also called the way of the eagle, or the perspective of the eagle, and it's the same thing. As I said, one of the main guides in this realm is the eagle, because in the Nordic we also have the eagle at the top of the tree. So I always find it so amazing and wonderful when different traditions all over the world are connected in these little small ways and things, like the animals that represents different levels or perspectives, or in this case realms in the universe, and that they always seem to connect in the knowledge and perspective that they give us. So because like the message or the symbolism of an eagle is the same almost all over the world, a higher perspective that lets us just soar above and see everything from afar, and therefore being able to find a resolution or a respite from this, and then we can take all of that knowledge and the sense of freedom and the sense of being connected to everything, because this is the highest spirit realm, and it's where we can connect to spirit and to the cosmos and to the universe, and feel like we are one with all. So being one with all at the same time as we are rising above everything, so we can see it as it is. So I think it's really wonderful that I am talking about this today, sharing this video today. Yeah, so this is actually being recorded the same day I posted, and just with everything going on, especially in one area of the world that kind of thinks they are the bigger area of the world, like the only one, kind of egocentric. With everything going on, over there that is affecting all of the world. It's nice to regain the perspective and of the higher realms and the higher knowledge, and just remind ourselves that we can go within ourselves and go outside of ourselves, and journey and just find this inner and deeper and higher wisdom about the cosmos, and gain some perspective and distance to it all. But it's also important not to stay there too long and just fill your head with air. You need to ground yourself as well, and that is an important aspect of all shamanic journeying, and every meditation that you do is to ground yourself afterwards, to ground the knowledge that you have received, the wisdom that you have received, so you take that with you down to the ground again and into your body again, and you can walk through life with this knowledge closer to your heart and closer to your mind's eye, and just closer to the front, so that it can help you. So thank you for listening to me. And next time I will talk about Muspelheim, the realm of fire and fire giants, passion and creativity. So until then, walk in beauty, walk with the sense that you have the deeper and higher knowledge within you, and it's attainable. You just have to close your eyes and breathe. Use your breath, use your that is also represented by this rune, As, or Answers. See you in my next video. Tingling!